Hi everybody, welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have another video, 4 videos in 2 days. That's pretty impressive. So today I have another spring cleaning UnHaul video for you. I went through my shelves again and I am getting rid of a lot. Don't know how to explain. All of these books are books that I have read, so none of these books are like books that I never gave a chance to. These are books that I've read and just don't want to keep on my shelves. Don't want to have to move to my new house. Don't want to deal with. So they are getting donated to the library. So, as you can tell, there's a whole ton, because there's a whole ton behind me. There's a whole ton there. There's a whole ton in front of me. So let's just get started. I'm getting rid of 359 by Gretchen McNeil. I love Gretchen McNeil, but unfortunately this book didn't hit it for me. I was going to keep it because of the fact that I have all of her books, but then I realized there's no point. So that's going away. Three Course Murder by Nancy Fairbanks. I started reading this quite a few years ago. I did not like it. Could not really get into it. So I DNF'd it. And I never picked it back up. So it's going away. A Salty Piece of Land by Jimmy Buffett. I started this a long, long time ago. And I got to page 202. But I hated it. And I never picked it back up. So it is going away. Sweet Venom by Tara Lynn Childs. This is only going because I have another copy of this book. So this book is just going because I don't need 2 copies. Rowdy? My stomach. So the next 2 books I'm getting rid of is Fragments and Ruins by Dan Wells. As you could tell, this whole trilogy is going. Partials is somewhere behind me, but I don't know where it is. This is a series that I forced myself through. I realized that as I was going through a lot of my shelves that I have forced myself through a lot of series that I hated, and I don't know why I did it to myself. So these 2 are going, even though they're beautiful. Arcadia Falls and Arcadia Burns, book 2 and 3 are also going. Book 1 is somewhere in this pile. Another trilogy that I forced myself through because I wanted the covers, and now that's dumb, so they're going. Alrighty. Heaven, Texas by Susan Elizabeth Phillips. I usually like her, but this book I don't foresee rereading. Last Year's Mistake, another book I don't foresee rereading. The Last Letter from Your Lover by Jojo Moyes. This book I really want to keep because it's pink and that I got it in the Cape, but unfortunately I really did not like it, so I don't want to keep it because I will never reread it. Unfortunately, I really like Sarah Ella, but I did not like her book. It's just not the type of genre for me, so this one is also going. This whole trilogy by Nora Roberts is going. This is the Cousins O'Dwyer series, so Dark Witch, Blood Magic, and Shadow Spell. I feel like I didn't hold that up in order. But, unfortunately, they were books that I kind of trudged through because I bought them all together, and I wasn't a huge fan of, so these are going, which is sad because I love Nora Roberts, but they will find another good home at the library. Oof. The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This book has so much hype on YouTube, but I did not like it. I got it from Book of the Month, so it is kind of disappointing. It is really pretty, but I don't like it, so I don't want to look at it either. Twilight at Blueberry Gardens, Blueberry Barrens by Colleen Coble. I wasn't a huge fan. This is like the 3rd book in the series, so there's no point in keeping it. The Girls in the Garden by Lisa Jewell. I liked this book. It was alright, but I don't foresee rereading it. Jen from Reading with Pugs sent it to me because she kind of felt the same way, so I am now going to do that for someone else. Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I really liked most of the story until it got to the end, and it got really weird and really twisted, and it wasn't a kind of twisted that I liked, so I don't really want to keep it, which is sad. Again, another Book of the Month pick, but it was alright for while I was reading it. This one kills me that I'm getting rid of it, and that is This Is Where It Ends by the author that I could never pronounce, because this book was just super disappointing. I was so excited to get to this book, and then I did not like it, which is really sad because this cover is phenomenal. Alrighty. We've got The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. I'm getting rid of this book because I have a second copy of it. Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. This was a book that I originally got for my bridal shower, but then it came damaged, and then I was never able to do anything with it, and I already own it, so there's no point in me keeping it. Beautiful Day by Ellen Hildebrand. This is another book that I got from Book Outlet that just was really damaged when I got it, / not what I ordered, because I ordered the paperback. So I'm just going to donate it because I already own it, and I'm not using this one for my shower either. Accidents of Marriage by Randy Susan Myers. This book just didn't give me the thrill that I was expecting it to, so that's going. Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. I really enjoyed this book, but I just don't foresee myself picking up the rest of the series. Me and YA series are just not a thing right now, so I'm getting rid of this one. As You Are Mine by Colleen Coble. This is another book that I got from the Fiction Guild along with the Blueberry Barons, and I wasn't a huge fan of this one at all. I disliked this one even more than the other one, so that's why this one is also going. A whole entire series that I, to the life of me, cannot understand why I forced myself through them when I never even liked the first book. And that is the Gone series by Michael Grant. And I basically think I pushed myself through this just to have these pretty books on my shelf, but I did not like any of them. Not a single one. So I don't understand why I have them, other than Plague is signed, so someone's going to be really excited to find these at the library. Alrighty. More series. I'm gonna tilt sideways with you. Shiver, Linger, and Forever by Maggie Stiefvater. These books were good. I liked Shiver, but then I feel like I forced myself through the rest of the series. I read Shiver at an interesting point in my life. I remember reading it right around when Sandy Hook happened. So I feel like I have a sentimentality to almost keep it, but I really didn't like the rest of the series, so I just don't feel like keeping it. Still can't believe I forced myself through this either. The Gemma Doyle trilogy by Libba Bray. A lot of effort considering how big they are, and I wasn't the biggest fan of them. Fantasy and witches are apparently not really my thing, but I try to be into them, and this just didn't work out, so these are going. Of course, the banging during my video. It's great. These are not in order because I grabbed them off my shelf the wrong way, and this is the Lux series by Anna Goberson. So, Lux, Rumors, Envy, and then Splendor. I didn't like any of these either, but I bought them all, so I had to read them all, and I, binge read them, I read them in order, right away, but nope. This should be no surprise, because this is in almost everybody's UnHaul videos, and that's Matched, Crossed, and Reached by Ali Condi. I actually really liked Matched, and then they lost me. Crossed and Reached were not good, so there's no point in me keeping them, / they don't even match, because Reached is hardcover, so bye. I'm getting rid of the Adaption Duology by Melinda Lowe. This was alright. I read this for the Booktubeathon one year, and they actually look really nice on my shelf, but I just don't foresee ever rereading them, so they're going. Since standalones, we got The Good Neighbors by Ryan David Hahn. I just assumed this book was going to be very much more than it was. It felt very, very flat. Bait by J. Kent Messam, another book that I thought was going to be really, really good, but then it fell really, really flat, and I hate that I actually paid almost very close to full price for this book on Amazon, and then it was really disappointing. Kitchens of the Great Midwest, another beautiful, beautiful cover, but I did not like the story, so I don't foresee rereading it ever. The one good thing is I got it on bargain, but it is going. Room by Emma Donoghue, and this is not going because it was a bad book. I really, really enjoyed this book, but I also really don't foresee myself rereading this, and if I want to reread it, maybe I'll check out the movie, which I never did. So I feel like that says something. If I read the book and I enjoyed it and I didn't try to see the movie and I still don't have any inkling to watch the movie, I don't need the book either. Confessions of a Hater by Caprice Crane. I remember this just being a just average book. It is really pretty, but I just don't need it. Alrighty, more series. Let's put this the right way. Everneath by Brody Ashton. Another beautiful cover situation, but not good content. But I forced myself to read them because I wanted the pretty books. Gone. Dash and Lily's not Epic Book of Dares. Epic is not in the title. Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by David Levitan and Rachel Cohn. I was not a fan of this book. I wanted to love this book so much, and I remember Lily just being so immature and driving me up a wall. So it's going. Here's Partials, like I said it was coming, by Dan Wells. Possessed by Gretchen McNeil. This is another situation of I wanted to keep it because of Gretchen McNeil, but I didn't really like this one at all. It has to do with possession, exorcisms, and that was really creepy to me. So this one's going. Let's see, where'd the other one go to this? Oh, it's right here. The Fallen series, which is also not in order. I read Fallen and really enjoyed it, but then the rest of the books fell flat. But again, I forced myself through them because they were pretty. Dumb life choices. Here's Arcadia Awakens, which I told you was coming, by Kai Meyer. Another series, again, that I bought because they were really, really pretty, but the content was not fabulous. And that's the Hush Hush trilogy. I mean, not trilogy, series. I really want to keep them because they're pretty, but I didn't like them. And they're just going to be heavy to move. So, they're going to. And then the last book is Model Land by Tyra Banks. This book was not good to get through, and it was huge. And I didn't like it, so it's going. Unfortunately, a lot of these books were really sad because I did buy them and I read them just for the covers, and I suffered through a lot of terrible books, and I'm really, looking back at myself, kind of disappointed in myself that I did this to myself. But the one great thing is, all of these books, minus the Jojo Moyes books, literally came from Book Outlet, thriftbooks.com, my library, or a thrift store. So I did not pay full price for any of these except that one. So I feel a little bit better at least. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye, everybody.